Today on Eat Sleep Drive, I'm going to show you 5 steps that you should take in order to properly store your car for the winter. What is going on, guys? So the time has come for those of us in a colder climate to put our cars away for the winter. So before you go ahead and just pull your car in the garage and then forget about it for a couple months and wait till spring, there's a couple things that you should do to prepare it for the winter, and so it's just ready to go and in good condition in the springtime. So the first step that you're going to want to do in this process, and all of these steps are very easy by the way, but the first step is something that you do all the time, and that's fill it up completely with gasoline. That might seem a little bit counterintuitive at first. You might think, well, I want to put fresh gas in it come spring, so I'm just going to put just keep a low amount of fuel in the tank. But in actuality, the reason that you want to fill the tank up is if you have a little bit of gas in the tank, the rest is obviously filled with air. Air contains moisture, so it could potentially corrode your gas tank while it sits over the winter. Additionally, because it contains moisture, it can condense, and that water can get in your gas. So obviously you don't want that to happen either, because your car will run like crap. So we're going to use this as an excuse to just have one final good rip. Just go out, have a good time driving the car, make sure you get it all up to temperature and everything, and then go ahead and fill it up with gas. Now we're moving on to step number 2. Step number 2 is, now that we have all that gas in the car, we want to make sure that it's not going to expire over the winter. Modern gas stations typically put ethanol in gas. Not all of them do, but you got to be careful. If you can go to one without ethanol, do it, but ethanol seems to present problems. What you're going to need to do is add stable or some sort of fuel treatment to all that fuel that you just put in the car. I've only used Stable before. I know there's a couple different brands out there. I'm not sponsored by Stable or anything, so I don't get anything out of this, but it works for me. This is supposed to work for up to a year, so keep that in mind. But in this case, I'm only going to be storing it for about 3 or 4 months, so this should be plenty. So all you do is follow the instructions. It's going to tell you how many milliliters per gallon or something like that. So just follow the instructions, eye it up, and then pour it in the tank, and then it'll be good to go for the winter. Drink up, Lotus. All right, so we filled up the tank with gas. We've treated that gas. Now we're on to step number 3. Step number 3 is to jack up the car and put jack stands under all 4 corners. The reason that we're gonna do that is because tires tend to flat spot throughout the winter, or if they sit for a long period of time. And then that's that feeling that you get if your car has ever sat for a while and then you drive it and there's just shaking in the steering wheel. It's not necessarily that your wheels and tires are out of balance. It's just that they could be flat spotted. So this is going to prevent that. So real easy to do. Jack up the car, put it on jack stands, and then you won't have to deal with that flat spotting come spring. So I'm going to do that now. All right, guys, we are moving on to step number 4 in this process. Step number 4 revolves around the battery. If you just keep your car hooked up to your battery throughout the winter, it's slowly going to drain. That freezing temperature is also really not good for batteries, especially when they have a low amount of charge in them. So to combat that, I would highly recommend getting a battery tender. Battery tender is something that you're going to hook up to your battery, and it's basically just going to keep it topped off throughout the winter. So come springtime, you just start the engine right away, battery's good to go. This is a battery tender I got off of Amazon. It had good reviews. It's got some built-in safety features. It knows when to charge. It knows when to go into just storage mode. I don't know all the technical details, but it seems to work well for me. This is super simple. All you're gonna do is hook the positive up to the red to red, and hook the negative up to the black. Obviously this isn't rocket science, so just hook those up and then plug it into the battery tender and then plug it into the wall, and you'll be good to go. Your battery will be good to go in the spring. All right, we are on to our final step, step number 5, And step number 5, fortunately, is the easiest step of all because it doesn't involve you really doing anything physically. Step number 5 is all about insurance. What you're going to do is call your insurance agent. Yeah, hello, insurance? Put my car on fire and theft and give me my money back. Call your insurance agent and just let them know, hey, I'm not driving this car over the winter. It's just going to be stored in my garage. Just put fire and theft on that sucker and lower my rate. The reason that lowers your rate is because most of your insurance rate is based on liability of driving the car. If you're not going to be driving the car, the chance of you getting in an accident are basically zero, and the chance of a fire or someone stealing your car in your garage, hopefully, is small. So it's going to significantly lower your rate, save you some money. All right, guys, that's basically it. Those are the 5 steps, super easy. Fill the tank up, treat the gas, raise the car, put it on jack stands, put the battery on the tender, and then take that insurance off, save you some money. So follow those steps. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. Please check out our channel if you did enjoy the video and you want to see some of our other stuff. We have car reviews, we have other like tips and tricks, DIY videos, and there will be plenty more where that came from. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our others.